Whoops. Hi there. We're going to talk a little bit about gasoline direct injection, and I want to direct your attention to what you see here on the screen. This is a translucent picture of the inside of an engine, and primarily what I want you to see here is the cylinder. So gasoline direct injection really moves the injector to where we place it in the sidewall of the cylinder or the combustion chamber. And that's what this diagram here shows. This is the injector. In a normal injection system, we would actually place that injector right behind the valves. So if we have, let's say, 2 intake valves, and I put the injector right behind it, which is where the fuel comes from, I can only get gas into the combustion chamber when those valves are open. When they're closed, I can't get any more fuel in there. So by placing the injector in the sidewall of the cylinder, I can now get fuel into the combustion chamber anytime I want to, but I can also control the amount of the fuel. Now, the key component that makes gasoline direct injection work so well is pressure. There is a high pressure pump that applies between 550 all the way up to almost 2000 psi to push the fuel into the cylinder. Now, this is critical because more pressure means that I have, we call it atomization, better fuel atomization. And the best way to explain that is by mist, okay, by explaining a finer mist, okay? Now, why that's important is because the finer the mist, the smaller the droplet of fuel. Let me explain that for you real quick. This would be, let's say, a droplet of fuel. The outside of that droplet is the burn surface. That's what explodes and burns and gives us our power. Everything on the inside is waste, and that goes through the exhaust, out the catalytic, or through the catalytic converter and out the tailpipe. So if I can get more pressure, finer mist, my droplet of fuel would become smaller, meaning that I have less burn surface, but I have less waste. Now the cool thing is, because it's smaller, I can now get another droplet of fuel in. So I have 2 instead of 1, meaning that overall my burn surface has increased and my waste has reduced. So burn surface now, if I have more, equates to more horsepower. Less waste means better fuel economy and cleaner emissions. So those are the primary benefits of gasoline direct injection, and really essentially how it works. I want to give you a look real quick at the injector itself. So what you see here is an injector, and ours has been uniquely designed where we have 6 holes, and as pressure goes through the injector, that thing spins and it cleans itself while dispersing fuel into the combustion chamber. Now, most of the competitors, their injectors will have 4 holes, okay, which means that they're 4, but they're also larger, which means that you don't get the atomization that I just explained to you. So that 6-hole injector system is a unique design by Kia. Now, there's a couple of other cool benefits here with gasoline direct injection. As I just mentioned just a moment ago, you get better fuel economy, more horsepower, and cleaner emissions. But the other cool thing is that some of the inner benefits are a cooler atmosphere for that fuel to burn in. So if we can cool down that chamber a little bit, we put less wear and tear on the engine ultimately. Okay, so that's a high-level glance at gasoline direct injection and how it works and what it does.